Of all the rooms we've renovated over the years, this one might be my favourite transformation. What started as a large rumpus room and shared bedroom had slowly become the dumping ground for just about everything in the house.
There's just so much stuff. Is that a table tennis table?
But with a much better layout and a more cohesive design, we turned this spare room into a kids' retreat, and it's now one of the most popular rooms in the entire house. And we're about to make it even better. So the original room was a great size to work with. It had 2 single trundle beds, but I wanted to increase the number of beds to future-proof the home a little bit more.
This was done, 25 years ago. So Jono and Stephen, his brother, were little, and now they're big, and they've got me and others tagging along. So there's just a bigger family. So as the family grows, the house needs to grow with it.
This room makeover was part of a much bigger house transformation, and because we added an extension with 2 new bedrooms and 2 new en-suites, it meant that this room could become much more of a dedicated zone for the kids. I knew I wanted bunk beds to maximize this space, and Jono and his brother built these, and they did such a good job. They are rock solid, not going anywhere. I absolutely love them, and the kids adore them. They jump on them, climb on them, swing on them. They are the best. From memory, this was one of the last rooms that we had to actually renovate in this entire house build, and it was quite a large house transformation. It took us well over a year, and I think I had slightly gone mad at this point.
Seamless.
But I really had a lot of fun in this room, perhaps the most fun I had designing out of all of the rooms in this beach house.
I love it. It's the cutest.
I really wanted to add a lot of colour and pattern. It was really fun to style and to create different zones to play, to read and to chill. I just wanted it to be a very vibrant and happy space for kids. Speaking of kids, Jono and I didn't actually have any when we were renovating this room, which, I mean, you can tell, look at us, like no wrinkles among us, definitely getting a lot more sleep then than we're getting now. But I remember painting this room, and I had just started doing IVF, and I distinctly remember painting, like on my hands and knees painting, and wondering, am I gonna become a mum one day? Like, am I ever gonna have kids that are gonna experience this room? It was such a loud thought when I was designing that space, because yes, we had beautiful nephews that I wanted to create a wonderful space for, but in my heart of hearts, I thought, gosh, I really hope that we have kids of our own one day to enjoy this room. So fast forward now a few years, and to have 2 boys of our own and to see their eyes like completely light up when they come into this room is really, it's really quite special. It really is quite magical. There are a couple of things about this room I would change now. Because I wasn't a mum when I was designing this space, I would definitely go with block-out curtains. Originally, we were gonna have velvet curtains. That plan changed and I had to pivot, and I chose shears. I do regret that decision. Definitely would have been better to go block out. It's not that much of a problem, like we can definitely make do, and it's pretty much why I haven't changed them out now. But because we do have young children, daytime naps are still very much a thing, so having block out curtains would have been a much better decision. Now, when it comes to the bunk beds,
we worked out our height, which has left enough headroom for the top bunk. Probably left a little bit more headroom for the bottom. Lucy wanted to make sure that you could sit down on there, not hit your head, watch the TV. So we sacrificed a little bit of room up top for a little bit more room down the bottom.
Yeah, I do regret that. I really do wish I'd allowed a little bit more headroom for those top bunks. Even if it was just like 10 centimeters more clearance, I think that would have been a much better resolution. They work fine, like the kids are fine and happy, they all fit, and adults fit as well. But the main pain point is actually changing the sheets, because the kids aren't the ones changing the sheets. So whenever an adult's up there trying to maneuver sheets over the mattresses, just a little bit more clearance would have been a better way to go. But all in all, love them. The bunks really do make that room. So I said we were going to make this room a whole lot better, and this weekend we are going to return to the beach house with the kids in tow, and we have a little surprise for them.
Back at the Lorne Project, and we're in the most popular room from that series a couple of years ago. Yes, it's a kids retreat. There hasn't been that much that's changed in this room because it worked really well. We did pull out the desk, put a couple of cots because there's been a few new additions to the family and the extended family. So this room's been super versatile and it's just a great room. The kids love it in here. All their stuff's in here. It can get messy. We can clean it up really easily. It's downstairs. It stays away from the parents' area. But today I do have a big upgrade, something pretty exciting that I reckon the kids will like. So I've snuck down here a day early to get it all set up and then might have a little movie night. See what happens. Let's unpack some boxes. Where to start? There's a bit going on, there's a bit to unpack and there's a bit to set up. But what we have the big boy. That is a speaker. But what we've got is the Valerion Vision Master Max, Hollywood standard in your home. Let's see if that's true. We've got this epic projector. Thanks to Valerion for sponsoring this episode and sending this out. I want to see how good it is. I think this projector is meant to be top of the line in image quality and everything else. And we do have a speaker system to go with it and we have a screen to mount on the wall. Bit limited to space here. I'm hoping that the 100-inch screen that I ordered is going to fit between the bunk bed and that wall and the light switches. But I think this thing goes up to like 200 and something inches. You can modify it. So let's unpack it, or should we do the screen first? I should probably get a tape measure, I reckon, and make sure before I unpack everything, I'm actually going to be able to get that screen on that wall. And what we're thinking is this kind of little bit of a dangerous setup for little kids. So instead of permanently mounting it somewhere or having the projector over there, I've got this really cool stand. It's like a tripod stand for the projector. We can set it up, hit movie night, and then just pick up the stand and walk the projector out and pack it away when we're not using it. So I think that's kind of a cool feature. If I was mounting this in a permanent room, I'd probably do a ceiling mount, but this ceiling's also too low for that. So that might be something I do in the future because I've got some ideas for my office project, but not for today. We'll ditch the old TV, open some boxes, I'll find a measuring tape and just make sure I'm gonna get that screen on that wall because it is a green wall, not a white wall. I do need to put a screen on it. A few bits and pieces going on here. We've got a pretty epic sound system to get set up with some little stands and stuff as well. But let's ditch this first. Where's it plugged in? I might have to move some toys at the same time. Also, I think the surfing's on today, so maybe I'll get a little preview of some live surfing on it before the kids turn up. Oh, wow. It's always good to pull away your furniture from the wall. Maybe a couple of times in the year, because look, this room definitely does get used a lot. Found me a tape measure, probably should have brought one, but I don't have the exact dimensions. But if it's 2, 2, all right, so it's gonna go there to about there. It's hopefully gonna be perfect. Do you know how I actually measured it? Because I wasn't here. From the photos of the room, I'm like, oh, this is VJ 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted them off the photo and worked out that it should fit. So, I don't know. Let's unpack this thing and then we'll find out if it fits. So this is a fixed screen. Very well packaged. It's going to be an extra trip. This will be the most complicated part of the whole install, I'm assuming. Little manual. Assuming that's hardware. Cute little screwdrivers included and everything. That'll be handy for the tool belt. A little bit fiddly, but we got there. Now I need to work out where to put my brackets. Wow, hey, look at that for fitment. You know what? Might have nailed it. It has to come up like a millimeter or two on the right. That might even be good enough for now, because I really want to fire this thing up. And to get this off without putting fingerprints all over it, it's going to be a mission. So I'm going to have to wait for someone else to turn up. Let's get stuck into the exciting bit. Now this is the main event. This is the actual projector that makes it all worthwhile. Ooh, tips. Remove the stickers from both sides. Remove the sticker, then lift off the top cover. Use both hands to take out the Vision Master Max and remove the upper and lower cushions. Oh, so it's like a whole fancy unboxing experience. Oh, it's very heavy. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Don't need that. Look at that. Now that's a fancy bit of packaging. Oh, you love it when packaging's like next level. Oh, look at that. The foam in it. Oh, it's got suede in there. But that's not what we're here for. Manual. Oh, even the accessories box is bloody cool. Oh, there's a fancy remote, batteries included, power. That is, oh, and a sweet cloth. We're not going to delve into the manual just yet, but we are going to rip into the remote. That's pretty cool. All the new TVs, all new projectors always have your most important button first, YouTube, Netflix, Prime, Disney. Do love a good unboxing. Oh, look at that. That's very cool. To be honest, I haven't seen a projector since those old school things in high school. You know, the massive things where the bulbs in them used to blow all the time. But that's pretty sick. Look at that. Different form factor. Big square. I'm assuming all your plugs and stuff are on the back. Wow, that's sick. Very minimal. What about this? How fun are doing these? Very satisfying. We've got one more speaker too, so we'll deal with that in a minute. How's this thing? Walnut tripod stand. Bit of assembly required again, as to be expected. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. You know what? Lucy's not usually that excited by techie stuff, but she is by design, so I think she's going to be quite impressed. That's pretty cool. And then this bad boy. It's not actually that heavy, surprisingly. So like I said before, you can obviously ceiling mount these things, or if you've got somewhere to put it on a bench or something, but we're gonna use the tripod so we can take it out of the room when the babies are crawling around, because that don't want falling on some kid's head. I don't really want it damaged either. Should we plug it in? We haven't got the speakers set up, but I reckon we should still plug it in. I think we're going to tuck it in here. I'm just excited to get this thing fired up. Probably more so than the kids. Gotta see this already. I think I'm going to need the remote because half the screen's on the ceiling and I need it down here. And I'm sure that's just a setting. I can probably move it further back as well, but let's just get it going. Oh, what do we do? English, Australia, Google TV? Why not? Look at that. So I've got a 100-inch screen. I'm gonna get this cranking and come back to you in a minute. The Vision Master Max from Valerion is a true 4K projector with Google TV built in. It's incredibly easy to set up with impressive color and contrast, and the ability to project onto a massive 300-inch screen. Paired with a Thunderbeat 5.1.2 surround sound setup and a 100-inch screen, it creates a pretty epic cinema setup in a kid's room like this. And I have to say, the walnut tripod stand looks great and it makes it super easy to set up and pack away when we're done. Now all that's left to do is see what the kids think.
be honest, our kids are far too young to be watching movies right now. We watched about 15 minutes of Hakuna Matata and then we had to turn it off and I had to just like chill them out so I could get them to have a nap. But the projector setup was so epic and I'm really excited to enjoy movie night, especially when the boys get a little bit older. I hope you enjoyed this little recap video. If you haven't watched any of our Reno Beach House series, you're in for a treat, especially if you love home renovation. There are 12 episodes. They are all before and afters of different areas of the home, and you learn something along the way, plus you just get to see our journey and we have a whole lot of fun. If home renovation is your thing, definitely go check that out. Thank you as always for watching. Please give this a like and subscribe to our channel. We have plenty more videos coming your way.